All right, so we got the last week here of our game. You can see the scores are pretty close. Magician, Druid, Swordsman are tight, neck and neck. The Amazon, she uh, she got withered first week. She has gotten rid of the curse, but she never quite recovered from the time it took to get her all the way to the chapel. And then she got stuck in the high pass running from these freaking serpents back and forth. And so she just never quite sort of got any points going. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Um, it should be an interesting week. So what we got here is we do have the swordsman. He is still trying to pop that archaeological dig. So he's going to do that. Uh, he does get an extra hide phase. That will give him the ability to rest one if he wants to. So he just killed a gaggle of goblins. He's trying to pop the archaeological dig. That will help him. Um, the druid for the last week has hired the lancers. So, for better or worse, the lancers are going to follow him. So he's going to hide 3 times and then move into the goblins. The lancers are going to follow druid for the first day. Your Amazon, who does have ruins 1-5 found, goes 1, 2, so she can move in there at some point. She has a goblin bounty, so she is looking to kill a goblin. So 1, 2, 3. Does she have to roll on the bounty? A random dwelling to turn in, so she will investigate the dang bounty here. 3. The house. I mean, it's not the worst, but so her gob bounty is at the house. She still gets the point for killing any goblin. As long as she kills it, she's going to get a point. But she does get 5 gold per if she can take it back to the house. So that's what she's going to consider doing. It's not terrible. It's a little bit of a haul. See. In the meantime, 1, 2. Hide. Third move. She's going to move. Hide. Extra move into the gobs. Done. And hope that all works out. In the meantime, the magician, who has Awakened Monster, and a Spider Slayer, love to catch that spider, but it is a crappy haul to get to where he's going. Not super happy with that. And he is not in position to, well, or is he in a position to flee? He's in a position to flee. No, sword goblins can totally gut him. That is a dangerous set of goblins, let me tell you. He has Wisp Guide. I don't necessarily think that helps him. He could, go through all these paths and passages or whatever, but I don't think that gives him any like he could be here and then another day and sort of stuck. And with no extra moves, does not look great. This is a day. This is 2 days. Day, 2 days. One, two, yeah, 3 days. 4 days. 5 days. 6 days. It is possible if everything is perfect. Possible if everything goes perfectly that he can make it and get his Slayer on. But I I don't smell that happening. And it'd be quite a rush. So the other option is go here, try to pick up the cloven hoof, weirdly enough. That would give him 1.5 points for Great Pregners and knock the swordsman down 1.5 points. And then, to be quite honest with you, at that point, you are mostly trying to ride the game out. One, two, one, two, three. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. So you might also be able to just get there if you drop even the concept of doing, say, gift exchange. You could take the long way around. Again, you're assuming that nothing happens, that everything exactly goes as planned. But if he gets goblins on any of 2 days, so there's two rolls where a 1 in 6, and he gets eaten effectively because he's not going to be able to deal with goblins. They're going to kill him, and he's going to not be able to run. Um, he might be able to transform one of them, but that isn't quite enough. And he's in the lead. Here he has to roll a 1, though. So that is quite the mess. Can anyone else show up at the house? No one that he loves, by the way. He has to get the rogues of the company. None of those guys are going to show. God, I don't love this at all. So yeah, he's either looking to finish at 7.5 points with the cloven hoof if he gets super lucky, or maybe try to book it all the way down and finish with 7, 8 points, which still lucky because it's only a 1 in 6, which causes him trouble here. But he has to do it twice. So that's a 5, 6, 25, 36 chance. So it's about 25% chance he gets hosed. And in the 2 days he's in there. And if he makes it through, then he's got a shot at 7 points or 8 points. And I like the magician, unfortunately. And so that sort of tempers my thoughts here. The other thing he could do is simply prowess hunt with the idea that he's going to uh, say kill this giant and just make it so that he is certainly winning that prowess battle, as opposed to, say, giving it up to the druid and swordsman, which I don't think's going to happen. But the swordsman has 20, so I mean, he only needs 15 more. That's a couple more good days of doing crap. So he could play it super safe, or sort of go for broke. And I don't think he can call spiders anywhere else. He needs a patter. He could also try for the horde. With poison, he could kill these guys and go for the horde, with the caveat that you're still only trying to draw a great treasure. You're not going to score any more points on the card. You were hoping to pull a great treasure, and that great treasure is going to then get you 1.5 points because you're going to split with the swordsman. So I don't know is really what I'm saying. And he could do that, and he could do, both of those. I don't think he's in danger of losing spells. So he has 2 points there. So it's actually a rough choice. I think he's going to do it. So I think the magician is going to make a double move into the cavern and hope for the best. That's his goal. 1, 2, hope for the best. Think that's it. I think that's the day. And really, this comes down to right here. 1 in 6 chance the magician is screwed. 1. That's not necessarily bad. It's not great. It might put him back, but it's not bad. I think the swordsman goes first. Swordsman's going to hide, search 3 times, and then rest. Swordsman hides. He does. He's going to locate 3 times. That is a failure. He needs a 4 or a 1. That's 2. Come on, really? Nope, we cannot get this to pop. And then he rests. And for that rest, we're going to bring back one of these. Done. And he is done for the day. And now it is the druid, the magician. Druid's going to hide out a lot. He fails once, but he has a ton of these saved up. So he hides, and then he wanders in with his dudes following. So that's the crew there. The magician goes 1, 2. Smoke C is going to draw something. It does. And it draws that guy, which stinks, because what that's going to do is that kicks him a day back, no matter what. Well, he could kill it. And if he kills it, he might not be stuck in. The Amazon's going to hide twice, I think. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And she does, and she also ends up in this little mess. So let's see what's what between. We got the druid, and these guys actually are all flipped. Oops, flip, 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 flip. Okay. So I think hiding, round 1 is going to be, can we gut these guys? He can do medium damage like that. I don't know that she can necessarily auto hit. No, she can't. She cannot auto hit one of the guys. What she can do is, if he flips, she can hit him and do medium plus damage, and that's going to take him out. So let's roll on round 1 for these guys. So druid 2. So he goes down there, and does this guy flip? He doesn't. But the druid's dagger is a time 2, so he kills his guy, and so he scores 1. He has to fatigue a fight then, which he does. The Amazon, meanwhile, back at the Amazon sheet, the Amazon 2. So 2 stays the same. He flips like that down to the bottom box. Does he flip over? He does. So again, very good. So her attack undercuts him, and he is killed. So the Amazon actually scores a kill. And that's going to be enough for her bounty. She actually doesn't care what happens now, and up till the point where she's dead. So now this becomes vaguely interesting. For the druid has literally 4 of these bad boys sitting here. He has 1 per lancer, and he has 4 lancers, and that's where this becomes a little clunky. Let me move this up as much as I can. Move that up as much as I can, and then that up. Okay, fine. So there you go. So there's our 4 charts. We only have 4 of these guys remaining, so that's sort of cool. In theory, I have a pile full of lancers here somewhere. So what I have to do for the druid before he decides who lures is just figure out what I think might happen. Let me real quick make sure I remember how the horses work. And actually, horses. That's not helpful, but okay. How about page 139? Let's just go for that. Native horses. Start of the melee. Unhired natives are dark side up. All native horses being ridden by hired natives turn over. Native horses keep this new face up. So, yeah, so what we have to do, strangely enough, is put the damn horse on the wrong side. So they can't use the same side to stop someone running as they use to dodge attacks. So, for instance, we could put this guy here and then flip him here, although it barely matters because once these guys go, they're a time of 5. So, him and him. So we can be a defense time of 3 if we want, and an attack time of 3 if we want. So I'm going to put him like this on his own sheet. I'm actually going to do that. And then our guy here goes on his sheet. And that feels like an auto kill to me because this guy will end up like this, right? And then if he flips, he's going to get gutted. Remember, this is round 2. So the next question is, let's see this guy. He has a 4. Still okay because it's still fast enough. So I think he is also going to take a goblin. So I'm deciding whether to lure, right? And the decision largely is whether I think, and I'm going to just put the side up that they're going to be on when we do it, because they don't have to They're not stopping anyone from running. You know, they're not doing anything like that. So his pony is going to go. So I think we're playing him like this. With a goblin. So, and then I think 4 and 2. So it doesn't really matter. We're going to put him on that side and the same thing. So I think the Lancers can kill these spear goblins just right out. So he's going to lure all the spear goblins. In the meantime, the druid is going to play, and he's going to protect his leader a little bit. And the Amazon, just because she could use another kill or two, is going to play. Doesn't matter, but she'll play an L4. No reason not to play an L4. And she will play just randomly on his sheet, and maybe she gets the attack. So let's. Well, she would have to play faster than someone, right? Oof. So we're going to play a 3. Although she has to fatigue, which is not ideal by any stretch. And she doesn't really need it, but sure. And she'll play it here with the thought that she kill steals that guy. So let's roll on every sheet now. So over here, where does this? Now remember, only the goblins move. They're on the native sheet. So he goes down here. Does he flip over? He does. Okay. So let's take a quick look. Does he hit him? No, he does not. Well, first off, his attack goes absolutely first. It's a time 3. This is round 2, remember. It's time 3. It undercuts his move. He is killed. So that is the second goblin killed, and he is done. Over here, where does this guy go? 2. So 2 stays the same. He goes there. Does he flip over? No. And so no one hits, and the Amazon has to fatigue. Next guy. 5. It's down. So he goes there. Does he flip? He does not flip. And now we are here. Where does this goblin go? 4. So he stays exactly where he is. He flips. And he is killed by that leader. Done. The Amazon has to fatigue since she did play 2 asterisks. And that's the round. And I think she'll leave it exactly, the druid will leave it exactly like this. Put these guys up here. I don't think anything else is going to happen. I think the Lancers are fast enough to kill, undercut, and kill. So 1 stays there. He does flip. This guy, 2. So he goes down to the bottom. And does he flip? He does not flip. So that's all misses here. And here, this guy kills him because he's undercutting him. And he lines up and so on. He is dead. And then, so this is still round 1 in terms of, so since someone has indeed died last round, and he flips, and then he gets undercut again. So there you go. The Lancers made short work of these goblins. That is worth 15 points of prowess to the druid, and a single point of prowess to the slightly hapless Amazon, actually. 6, no, 4, no, 3, darn it. So a single point, and that's her first point that she scored in notoriety. And so there you go. And those guys are dead. However, the Amazon does get a goblin bounty, and she has one ear. Goblin bounty house, she has a single ear. So if she can get to the house, she gets $5. I don't think it's worth it to her, but she gets a point nonetheless. She gets Dead Adventurer. Okay. She's going to draw the Dead Adventurer. Dead Adventurer. So I'll just leave that there. um, she will investigate the Dead Adventurer because she might as well figure that out. Maybe that's a place she can get to. Who knows? 1 6 1 6 1 6 Borderlands 6. So there you go. That actually is sort of close. And we will jot that down. The 4 equals Dead Adventurer. Anyone can grab that, by the way. So that goes here for her to reclaiming a card at some point. Um, those guys will flip, and he will flip. Oh, and he has to deal with this dragon. So let's deal with this dragon too. It's still at the end of the day. Okay, so we're gonna put him here. We cannot cast transform. That's a little bit of an issue. He can kill him on this side. And he can be killed by either of these sides. So that does sting. In fact, if he flips, that's an issue for sure. So if we put him here, just like this, so what we could do and probably should do is play him here and grab him like that. And then he should flip, and then he's a time 2. And then he comes in as the attacker here. We, having no one on our sheet, will cast Poison, which is an 8 gray. And we're casting Poison, of course, on him. So he's going to do medium plus damage at a time of 3. That assuming no one flips and all that crap, so on. So I'm just going to put him on that side. And let's see where everyone ends up. 5. So the dragon ends up here. Let's see where these two end up. This guy, and then the Bashkar himself ends up here. The Bashkar ends up here. That's not cool, dude. That is not cool. Let's see if the dragon flips. He does not. Let's see if the swordsman flips. He does not. Let's see if the Bashkar flips. He does not. So, this is round 1. Longest weapon goes first. That's our swordsman. The swordsman undercuts this guy, hits him, and does medium star, which becomes heavy, medium star, which is heavy damage. And he kills the dude. So that guy is dead. Everyone else sort of lives. That's 5 points worth of 5 more points for our guy there. All right. That was day 22, and we are sort of running out of the magician's running out of juice a little bit. He gets to move again to the cavern, and you know what clearing it is? It is the clearing to get his butt out of dodge. So clearing 1. So if he makes it through here, so 1 in 6 chance now. If he can get through, then he will have at least survived his run through Moria there. The Amazon, yeah. I mean, it's almost an insult to have scored 1 freaking point, but I'm gonna live with that. She does get to draw a card. That is the Lost Crone. Oh wait, well, yeah, write that down. She played Dead Adventure. She's gonna get Lost Crone, but still, this is tomorrow. Tomorrow, she just did the Dead Adventure just today. Um, 1, 2, 3. I mean, 1, 2, 3. So swordsman's easy. He still has to do this damn dig. He'll use his extra hide. He'll search 3, 3, really 3 times, then rest again just to get a little bit back. The druid is really trying to pop 1 more point here. Where's that care? Oh, it's up here. One, two, 1, 2, 3. I mean, he can get to here also. He's never gonna get the snake charmer at this rate, and he's never gonna get the pilgrimage at this rate. So she can pop up there, but if any number of things roll, she's stuck. So 1, 2, she's gonna go 3. So the Amazon is gonna move. That's gonna put her at. That's gonna put her at ruins 3. And that's an extra move. So she does 3 moves, 2 moves really. And she's gonna rest, because she can. And she'll be done. The druid's gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then rest. And then he'll rest. And he gets his crap together. And magician's just trying to get out of dodge. And if he does, that's a winner. That is the story. Okay. Monster roll is a 1. So we get more dragons. So that's fascinating because I don't think that's going to hit any of these. Swordsman goes first. He hides once. He does. He's going to locate 3 times. He fails once. He fails twice. He fails 3 times. He rests once. He's done. Is he literally going to whimper out of this game? Magician, 1, 2. He's done. Smoke does draw something. Ugh, right here. So 2 days in a row, dragons. And that's a rough haul, but there. Okay. I'm not sure. That's gonna put him way behind. Druid. 1, 2, 3. He rolled a hide. He does, but nothing appears. And then the Amazon goes 1, 2, 3. And then she rests twice, and that's going to bring this back. And again, nothing appears. So that's day 23. On day 24, I feel he just wants to get this done, I think. So I think what the druid is going to do today is he's going to activate the phantom glass today. He's going to hide once, double move into the ledges, and then he's going to search using magic sight, because if I recall, magic sight discovers chits on a 5. So he can discover the cairn without even being in the cairn. So I think that's cool. The Amazon is going to hide. She's going to move into ledges. One of those is an X, so that's she's taken 2 moves, and then she's going to search twice. The magician. So at the end of the day, let's see what he has to do. End of the day, I don't think he can deal with this at all. And there's no fighting it. He doesn't have anything left. So he's got to run, and he can do that. And he's going to run here. So that means that he is moving into 3. And keep in mind he has an alert. So he's going to rest 1. And he's going to, oh, God, this is terrible. At this point, should he just try to wait it out, right? I don't think you're going to get even to the spider place. You're not going to get at this rate. Because you are today in there, you are tomorrow in the cave. You might get out the 26th or the 27th. You will likely be magicked up. At this point, you are you're still risking the death. By going here, you're alerting. Now, if he shows up, you're going to kill him. But if these show up, you're still stuck. I hate to give up, but man, you're at 6 points. You're at 6 points. You may still. You're probably still gonna win. Great. You're still gonna win prowess. You're still gonna win spells. Do you? So when you move, so you move to 3. So that's the one thing he's got to do. He's got to move to 3. Move, cavern 3, and then this is no longer employed in magic, by the way, because he did it. It's done. It largely is a question between simply do you rest a chit or do you hide? Because pretty much. And then tomorrow, you'd either rest and move into that dragon space, hoping to sit there so you can move out the next day. So this would be a wasted day. Tomorrow would be a wasted day. The 26th would effectively be a wasted day. So you would burn 3 days. You'd have 2 days left. You're not getting anywhere effectively. And he's not getting anywhere as it is. So is there anything else you can do if you move into cavern 3? Uh this is sort of wacky dumb, but what we're gonna do is so he moves to cavern 3, and then I am gonna hide today. And we'll just go with that. Tomorrow I'm gonna get out of Dodge. So we have the moves for everybody. Let's roll. Now if we roll a 3, totally justified doing what we did. Yep, 3. Done. So the magician would have died. If we done anything ballsy, the magician's dead. So he might still die. Having said that, he at least has a slightly better shot than if he didn't. Okay, so we have a hider. Keep in mind, all the goblins elsewhere are dead, so we do hide. So the swordsman hides, and then he gets, I think, 4 of these now. And that's a fail. And that is a second failure. Come on, man. Third failure. Jesus Lord. Fourth failure. He is done for the day. He will have spent almost a week searching for that thing. The druid is next, and then the magician. So the druid is going to hide, move up into those ledges. So he hides once, which is 1 die. So let me. Oops, I have both dice. He does hide. Now he's going to magic sight with his looking glass or his crazy ass spectacles, one or the other. So let's do the looking glass thing. And right now, that dude is. If he gets a 5, he discovers chits. He gets a 2, counters. If your clearing contains a sight chit. No, that's 1 search, and that's all he gets today. I assume the Lancers are following him for now. This is not a good fight for them. Should they go somewhere? Where can we send them? I'm going to sit on them for now as protection, and that's all. So that's what we're gonna do. So he moves into 3 and he hides the magician. He does. These goblins jump him. So there you go. Thankfully, he's hidden. And that's his move. The Amazon. I don't think anything pops. Oh, wait. I shouldn't say that. Well, the Druid doesn't draw anything, so he's good. The Amazon, though, is hiding, so she does have to hide. She fails. This is going to suck hard. She then moves up and she gets 2 searches, so she's going to try to locate the statue. She fails once. We are not locating anything. And then this guy is lurks, and he pops right up her. So, bam. So we've got that to deal with. Um, So it's going to end up on the Amazon's sheet because it will. Everyone else in here is hidden. And though the druid could allow it to gut her, essentially, what he's going to do instead is he's going to cast Control Spider or Octopus, a Guide Spider or Octopus. So he grabs the octopus and pacifies it. Not that he's doing a favor for the Amazon, but he wouldn't mind that thing being out the door here, because it looks very, very likely that this is where he's going to end up. So that's the day. That one was not very exciting. It is day 25 coming up. And he's doing this because that seems to be about where he's at. The druid is going to hide once just because. Search, search, search. His octopus is going to move, 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 move out. And he's going to put him 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. No reason not. 1, 2, 3. Curse Valley 4. Done. That's the druid. She's going to hide and search. The magician is going to, what did I say, get out of dodge. He's going to move into Deep Woods 2. Move, move, Deep Woods 2. And that's sort of what he can do at the moment. And he is done. So let's get a monster roll for day 25. It is a 4, so giants and trolls. That's still going to be a problem for our guy, but let's see what's what here. And swordsman goes first. He hides. He does. He locates. Once. Twice. Choice. He'll take it. That locates the damn dig. So finally, he's going to score a point, another point. He's going to score 5 extra gold and 1 small treasure from the deck. So let's draw him a treasure. Let's see, what do we got here? Small treasures. We're going to shuffle that deck. Shuffle, shuffle, and shuffle. Take the top one. It's a map of the ruins. Oh, you gotta be kidding. Funny. That's sort of a little bit of a dig there. And he gets Ghost Hunter. Kill ghosts. That is sort of what he's been asked to do. I don't think he can't get to the ghosts in the days he has left. The magician. So he's hidden, by the way. The magician goes, and then the druid, and then the Amazon. The magician goes 1, 2, like that. Nothing there, but that giant is prowling, and so he prowls right on top of him. A little clunky, but okay. So you cannot pick the cloven hoof up no matter what, because he can't roll more than a 1. So less than a 2. So he got out of dodge, but now he's stuck. Oh well, such is life. The druid is going to move his octopus. 1, 2, 3. Done. He is going to magic sight 3 times after he hides. One is 4, so he gets perceived spells. Oh, he's got to hide. So he hides, I'm sorry. Now he gets 3 searches. 4 is perceived spells, right? He gets 3 searches, 3 searches. The 3 magic sites. He's looking for a 5, actually. Perceived spells. This is the 3rd. Sniff out treasures. He gets the top treasure of a site, and he's not found this site. So he is done, and he's done. The Amazon hides and searches. So no one's really had a lot of luck finding shit. Hiding, we're good. 3 does not locate anything. 1, 4. So she locates, hold on. She actually locates the statue. So she gets to mark the statue off. She actually gets a point for that, because that was a thing she had to do since the flippin' beginning. So she actually scores. Strangely enough, she's going to score her 3rd point here. So, I mean, not terrible, but, I mean, she's not competitive by any stretch, but not terrible. And, whew, okay. Does she have one more? God, I forgot. I mean, I'll let her roll. It's a 1 through 3. It's not like, yeah, and she finds something. So she's good. Does anything actually appear there? I don't think it does. I think um Giants and Trolls is a non-event for, yeah, so there you go, done. So what we have is we have the magician trying to figure out what the hell to do against the frickin' giant who has appeared there. I think he's just gonna run. So he's, well, if he runs, his guys are stuck in the clearing. I don't think he can kill it. I don't think they can kill it. I don't think he can cast poison. I don't think he can cast. All he can cast is. So I think he's going to lose 2 notoriety. He doesn't lose this one. These guys are. This was his buddy. I don't think he's going to be able to. He's going to have to run and leave those guys to their fate. So -2 notoriety because both of these dudes are going to get killed there. You don't lose for your followers, but you do lose for your hireling. They are dead. The magician ends up there. And the game is ending a little on the wonky side for him. Um, does she get anything that makes any sense? The challenge she does have. So she has the challenge. So let's look at the scores here. The last couple days are showing. So let's actually take a quick look at scores. So first thing is first. The swordsman scored the archaeological dig. He ends up with an extra point. That is 6 points. He also has 20. So the druid has not yet gotten a 4th point for cards. Still leading gold with 66, and I think he's safe to win that probably. But nothing else right now. But he will score again, is my guess. So that'll kick him to 6 points also soon, but not yet. The Amazon, in the meantime, since we last looked at her score, she actually has 3 card points. So she's actually tied with everybody in terms of how many points she scored card wise, but she's lacking in all the other categories. Um, she did spend, a good several days, right? She spent a whole 6 days withered. You can see this area here where she spent all this time back and forth in those caves just trying to get away from those snakes. That's about it. So she blew the whole second week almost, plus a little bit. The magician, who has had a decent game up till now, um, has fallen apart a tiny bit, but is still a good solid 6 points in. So okay, let's see what we got here. So on day 26, is there anything the swordsman can do to take anything away? So, one thing the swordsman did do. Oh, this is interesting, actually, if you think about it. The swordsman has 15 gold, so he has scored gold. So that's going to give him a single gold point, which is going to put him to 7 points instead of 6 points because he has 15. So until someone can get at least 15 points, or if he spends some, he has the runners up for gold. So that's pretty cool in the sense that, for him, it ensures him a win. The druid has to get another point just to get into the top two. And the Amazon is mostly out. So not even worried about her. She'll roll the challenge because you never know. But so I think that the swordsman for his last, I don't think he's going to slay a dragon. I don't think he's going to run all the way to the ghost. I don't think there's really a good way to get all the way there in the. I think he's going to cash out. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think he moves into Maple Woods. Move, 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 move. Maple Woods. I think his last day sell to try to keep that 1 point. Last couple days, and then he'll be done for the swordsman. I think the druid hides and searches again 3 times. If he rolls a 5, he'll score a point, and then we can decide what to do with him. She has scored her 3rd point. She's gonna roll the challenge because you never know. I mean, she could run for that dead adventure, and she actually might get it because she does have a good move. The challenge is 1 dude in 1 dwelling. Random native group. So 4, the rogues. So the top unhired rogue who's alive. So is that 7? I think we'll call that 7, right? The top unhired rogue is sitting where? At a dwelling, a random dwelling. The 5, the large campfire. So that's sort of cool for her also, because that's not super far away. So, um, so she's got the challenge. So that's on her. So she either has the dead adventure, which 1, 2, 3. Well, she's got to get through the octopus for that. She doesn't for that. I think she's going to fight that dude. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. She could just literally make it there. And I think she's going to. She's going to move 5 times. One is an extra one, of course, to the large camp. Done. And she'll try to resolve the challenge. So that's her move. Swordsman has his move. The Druid has his. And the Magician, ugh. Okay. Magician is going to do Cavern 2 and then hide because he sort of has to. Still, he sees he's oof. The Magician is sort of ending with a whimper here and just hoping that no one can take that last point, which I don't necessarily think is a great hope because I think the 5 spiders and imps. So, swordsman first. He just goes there and he's done for the day. The Druid is next, along with the Magician, and the Druid hides for a die. He does. 3 magic sites. That's a failure. That's a success. The Druid crosses off the statue and the cairns. He has locate the cairn. He's done so. He scores another point. That's going to give him his 4th victory card. Going to kick him to 6 points, which puts him in a tie with the Magician. So, interesting. That's what he was looking for. That's his second roll. His third roll with Magic Sight, I think he's just looking for like a 3 or something, and he fails. Does anything appear? Yes. So, oof. Oh man, like everything appears. More to the point. That appears there. The statue gets gang tackled, and a spider appears on there as well. So everything appears. Well, actually, the Druid doesn't have to draw. So let's take that back. The Druid can just go, I'm good, and he does. The Magician goes here and hides because he sort of has to, and he does. And Patter C does not do anything. The Amazon, is getting out of dodge, so she won't draw anything either. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And she is going to resolve this fight with this dude in open combat. So he's on her sheet, absolutely 100%. And if he flips... So the only sucky part is that he's going to hit her first no matter what. Because he is... If he's on this side, he does no damage. If he's on this side, he is going to ding her first in round 1. If she plays that, she will hit him and kill him regardless, unless he flips to this side, in which case he still is not going to do any damage. And she can just play that. I think she's okay. Let's just see where this ends up. 2. So 2 stays the same. He ends up there. Oh, his attack will undercut her, though, like this, right? So she can't do that. Okay, hold on. She can't play like that. There is no good way to play that like that. What she can do, she could play this and fatigue every round. So that's what she's going to end up doing. So he ends up down there. He does not flip. I actually don't know. Does he flip? Let's roll the... Hold on. Roll the dice. There we go. He does not flip. So how does this end up working? So he bangs this breastplate, right? So because he's going to, well, no, he's not, because he's not going to undercut her. So she is fine. That's a miss. It's the first attack. Her attack goes through, it undercuts him. It's going to do medium star damage. So that's going to kill this guy. So the challenge, you get a VP. So she gets a VP. Easy enough. One more VP. Strangely enough, he's actually scored more cards in the past week than anyone scored so far. She does have to fatigue, by the way. And she'll fatigue a fight. That'll be this one. She gets 5 prowess and whatever she would get for him. So 7 prowess. I mean, it's not a ton, but she gets that much prowess. She gets 5 gold in addition to whatever gold he has. He has 1 gold, so she gets 6 gold for that. And that's it. And he is dead. He goes there. Or I don't know if he goes back. And I think that's it from 26, unless we have anything else. No, not there. Not there, not there. So let's take a quick look at the scores again, because since it is changing-ish. So we look at the swordsman. He has 3 points in cards. His prowess is 20. That's a second place, I believe. His gold is 15. That is no longer enough for second place, I don't think. So that takes him back down to 6 points. And let's look and see why that might be. Let's look at the druid. The druid scored 4 points. Plus his point, plus his 2 for gold, because he has 66. No one's catching him. And so he is on 6 points. The Amazon has 4 points for cards. 8 prowess is not going to do anything, but 16 gold, I think, is the second highest total in the game right now. 16, 66, 15. She has eked out into a very close third, well, it's still 4th place, but it's very close behind all the rest of these yahoos. The magician, who currently is just trying to not die, only has 38 prowess. I still think he wins that, because I don't think anybody else can score 18 points in the last couple days. I just don't think anybody has a good opportunity. But the Amazon has certainly made things interesting in her last few days. So she does the challenge. So that's done. He has finished. Oh, geez. Okay. So find a bow and find armor. Well, that is totally find armor. That's useless for her. And then find a bow is sort of useless for him. And those are just boons. Like, they don't score a point. So that's where we stand the last couple days here. And, oh man, that is cool. Super close. Although I would say I'm going to guess that everybody is mostly done. We're super close to, that was day 26. Day 27 and day 28. So he's going to run out of the clearing at the end of the day. So he at least, well, he'd have to run back in. So that's all useless. I suppose that's my question. Who the heck thinks they're going to score for the next 2 days? And the answer is I think we are done these last 2 days. So let's take a quick look and just get a handle. Does the Amazon think she can score anything? Or does the Druid think he can score gold? Or does you know what? I think the swordsman thinks he can score gold, so he's going to absolutely. So because he might be able. So yeah, so he's going to spend. He's going to hide once, move to the inn, and then trade. And so I think that's going to give him back his point. So there you go. That's a winner for him. The druid has gold. Can he learn anything as a statue? He can. You know what? I think he's got a plan there. And the question is, um, what is the read runes chance to get spells? Done. He's going to keep this going. He's going to hide once, and he's going to magic sight 3 times. There's no chance that he gets cursed, which I don't think he's. I think he's immune to it any. So he could pop spells, and that's going to give him another bonus. Uh, So she's going to pop the Lost Crone too, just in case. 7-3, so high pass 3. Well, she didn't want to go back to the high pass. That was terrifying. In fact, it is right there. So she popped Lost Crone. I think can she make the Dead Adventurer? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. But those are both. I think she's done at that point. Yeah. So you know what? I think she's out. I think she's just going to retire there. I don't think she can score. I just don't see it. What can she score? Go 1, 2, 3, 4 with a hide. She could theoretically sit here, and then she can go 1, 2, 3. But she can't search when she gets there. She is sort of stuck. And all you're going to get to treasure anyway. You have to bring it back to a dwelling to score the point. I think the Amazon is going to march off the board and retire. Move, retire. I mean, she made a good haul at it. If someone else dies, then so be it. The magician is going to hide, and he's going to move to where the giant is just to get out of that square, the cave. Maybe he can go in for it, but I don't really see it. So let's worry about the last couple dudes here and the last couple days. It is day 27. 3, so it's goblins and octopi and all that. Swordsman goes first. He walks in there, and he's going to execute a trade. And let's see what he feels is tradable. I think everything but the Dragon Fang necklace is going to go. That is $10, $19, 22, $26 all go to the rogues. And he's friendly with them, so you don't have to worry about it. Doesn't have to roll. So plus 26. He's going to end up with $41. Not enough to get him anywhere more than he does have to hide, so he will, and he does. The companies, the patrols there, so who knows? Maybe they attack him. He's the enemy of the patrol, so absolutely he wants to hide. And he is done. The magician's going to hide and then walk into giant land. He does, and he does. He is there. Druid. The druid's gonna hide once with one die just to make sure nothing untoward happens, which he does, and then he's going to read runes magic sight 3 times, hoping for a 4. If he gets a 4, 3, sniff out treasure. He gets the top level treasure. There's 3. He gets the 4th card in this, and it should be a gold one. He gets the Bejeweled Dwarf Vest. Well, that's sort of fascinating all of a sudden. It sucks because he can't carry it. But he can, but as long as he doesn't have to move, he has possession of this thing. And he has the Lancer, so he could, hand it to his boy. So he's good to go there. So that was his first search. His second search is a 5, discover chits. And his third search is a 6, so nothing. And nothing appears here. Octopus is up here, so he's on the board. Done. He is done for the day. That's weird and woolly, and she's going to walk off the board. So she is done. I think the swordsman walks off the board today and retires. We'll see. And the magician, heck, he'll move to the lair. He'll search 3 times just in case. Just to get, maybe he gets a great treasure out of it. The druid potentially has a great treasure if he can hold it until the end. And the druid is going to hide and search 3 times. And pretty much it's just magician and the druid. Magician walks up to here. He hides once. We need a monster roll just in case something untoward happens. 6, so it's bats. So he hides once. He goes up to here. He rolls. I think that's 1, 2. Nope. And 3. He needs a 2 or a 1. Nope. And he doesn't get it. And so the funny part is, so bats actually come off the map. And then Bones draws the bats to him. Because he actually got bats the last day. The druid is going to hide. He does. And then he Magic sights 3 times. 5 is not it. He needs a 4. If he gets a 4, ooh, I think he perceived spells. Four is perceived spell. Discovered a site with spell cards. You can look at the spell cards and learn one you want without awakening. And the druid is a 2 and 8. So there's an 8 effectively. Not the beast pipes. So he will learn the 8. There you go. So, and I mean, I suppose we'll write it down anyway. It is the statue type 8 equals, what is the type 8? And it's a learner, so he just gets this one. We re-roll on a 15 to 20 on this d20 here. That's a 15, so we re-roll that. A 1. Bad luck. Victim gets penalty to all rolls. Bad luck. It is an 8. Any. So he has learned a spell also on his last day. And that's it. The magician has to fight this bat. That's the worst possible thing. He has no spells essentially left. He needs the bat to flip and get off of his spot there, or else he'll be killed. And that will sort of end his reign of terror anyway. So let's stop. See where the bat goes. We don't want it to line up. 2, so it does not line up. It goes there. If it flips, we can at least survive this. It does not flip, so it undercuts him, and it's actually going to kill the magician. So the magician dies on day 28 to the bat. I mean, I'd almost give that to him just as a I'd rather see a roll off than that. So let's not worry about the magician yet. Let's pretend he's living right now, and I just want to see what the scores actually end up being. So the first thing we have is the swordsman has 3 points. Prowess is 20 to 15 to 8 to 38. So now this, with the magician, that it could change stuff. So this is interesting in that sense also. But it's going to be the druid and the swordsman there otherwise. So let's just see if he's, give him that one, and let's see what happens. I'm just curious at this point. 3 points in cards, 1 point in prowess. Great treasures is rough because the druid scored a point in great treasures like the next to the last day. So that drags the swordsman to 1.5 points for that. And gives the druid 1.5 points. I don't like how that looks. I don't like how any of that is. But we're stood on that. So, hold on, give me a second. So what the heck does this look like now? So that means the swordsman is stuck with 5.5 points. And the druid ends up with 7.5 points. Uh, the Amazon has what she has, but she does. Oh, and the swordsman's going to get his gold point back, and the Amazon's going to lose her gold point. So that gives him 6.5, and the Amazon is stuck at 4 points. I think that's where we end up there. Now, the magician, if he lived or lives, if I give him the benefit of the doubt here, the magician has the prowess win. He's got 2 points in cards, but his spell total drops to 1.5 because who else learned a spell in the last days of the game? It was, lo and behold, the druid who gets 1.5. So that brings the druid's total to 9 points. The magician drops to 5.5. And I honestly believe it doesn't really matter, right? Because what we're really talking about is if the magician dies, the swordsman gets an extra point, and the druid gets an extra half a point. So at the end of the day, magician living or not, the final score is the druid gets 9, and he's well in first place. The swordsman gets second place by it's a tight margin, but so be it. Like if the magician died, then the swordsman would get an extra point, effectively 7.5. Um, but it was sort of funny because it was literally the last 3 days or something, and the druid popped with Magic Sight, which I usually poo-poo as being a painful table. But I will say the ability to find every chit on a hex without necessarily having to be in that clearing is super useful. The ability to on a 4 to get the spell and pick one and then learn it, super useful. So I think Magic Sight does have some stuff going for it for sure. So that's it. It is literally the swordsman and the druid move on. So, and those are my again, and this is sort of held true. My two least favorite characters of that foursome are those two. And there you go. That's it. That's the game. Thank you very much. I got one more in this round. I don't know when I'll do it. I'll probably fire it up sooner or later. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you.